Oh, well, you look at that. Welcome back to another installment of Steve's Auto Care. All right, so today we're doing a door lock actuator. This is a 2008 Honda Pilot, and this will go for several pilots. I don't know what all the years it goes to, but I'm a little tiny shop, and I've done enough of these that I keep an actuator on hand. So let's talk about removing this door panel. You do have to take the cup holder and window switch out, and you do have to take the handle out. Okay, I believe it goes like this. There's a tiny cover that sits inside the plastic part of the handle. That plastic cover has to come out. We'll go, this piece has to come off the inside of the cover. That comes out. You have two screws, those come out, and then you're going to be prying this out just a little bit. Don't yank it out because it's not going to come out. And you got to release. Yeah, I need like 3 hands here. You got to release this rod, which is going to sit something like that, and it goes into that hole, and that clips on it. So you got to release that before you can get the handle out. Once you get that off, then the handle comes out, or the release handle. Then the door panel. So let's talk about the door panel. Door panel is off the car. As you see, it's sitting right here. In order to get that off, we need more light. Let's try it. Let's do this over here. There, that's a little bit better. Okay, so you have one screw. It's a Phillips, and that comes out. And then when you take the switch and cup holder assembly out, there's a screw that goes right in there. That comes out. This, the lever, whatever you want to call it, the plunger, it will slide through, but you got to cockeye the panel out. So let's talk about also how to get the panel out. You have these kind of tabs, and a simple, I wouldn't say a small screwdriver will do it. I'd rather you guys use a wider flat face screwdriver to pry it out, because if you use a small flat face, it doesn't spread the pressure out enough, and you might actually break the plastic around the door panel. What I use normally is this guy here, but I didn't on this job, because those are specialty. And what I ended up using is this tool here, and you know, they give these away almost. They're very cheap. I can't. These came with a set of plastic push pins, the door panel pins, and undercarriage plastic rivets and whatnot. They give these away. That's how cheap they are. But you just get it behind that panel and just slowly pry up. That's what I use. All right, so let's talk about why we're doing this actuator. It is making lots of noise. Every time the lady would hit the lock button, the actuator would skip gears and makes a buzzing noise. And she has a little child that sits next to that door in the back seat, and it scares him. So that's why we're doing this. The lock still locks, but over time it would eventually fail. All right, so you have to take the actuator assembly, the whole latch assembly out to do this. All right, it's not hard. It's kind of tedious, but it's not hard. You do have to release all the rods. This rod releases from a cam mechanism that's on the outer part, and I'll show you that. Go back to the car. This here is that cam mechanism that operates the plunger deal. Okay, and all the rods are attached with these plastic clips. These can break easily, so you know, be careful when you're taking those off. All right, so 3 screws once you get the rods disconnected. Also, I wanted to talk to you about this piece here. This is the anti-theft deal. It's to prevent people taking a Slim Jim and moving the rod. So it covers the deal. It covers all this. And see if I can properly put this back in place. Oh, how did it go on? I removed it from the car. It goes something like this. Okay, that's what it is inside the car. You can't get the latch assembly out with this plastic piece installed because of the guide for the window comes down. And see, there's a slide, you know, it goes around that slide. So you have to release this in order to get it out. And it doesn't pop right off, but you know, it takes a little bit of effort to get it out. Be careful not to break it, and that gets set off the side. Now I haven't replaced this yet, so I still got to do this, but in order to replace the actuator, you have to take this screw out and pry this plate off. Okay, once this plate gets off, then you have to lift up on that tab, and sometimes there's two. There may be another one underneath that metal plate. And then the actuator slides off, and you get the new one and you put it right in place. Like I said, I've done these enough that I always keep one on hand. They run about 70 bucks. Cheaper if you can go get it, like, you know, Amazon or something like that. But there you go. So that's how you do this job, and thanks for watching. Whew. And we'll see you later. Bye.